Hi, wrestling fans. Thanks for clicking the Dreaded D Rose report. A lot of people ask me, every once in a while, they'll ask, why do you call it the Dreaded D Rose report? I said, hell, have you ever heard it? Anyway, China, she's recovering from collapsing on 3 consecutive days at the adult convention in Miami, Florida last month. I don't know why, that's just funny, but anyway. She says, I want to thank all my fans for their concern at my health. She says, I am almost recovered from the sinus infection. And she's out of bed and ready to travel again. I didn't know you had sinus infection down there, but I guess you could. Anyway, she was appearing at the 2012 Exotica Expo on behalf of Vivid Entertainment that's promoting their film parody of the Avengers, which I've seen. And anyway, TMZ said that China continues to appear at the event even though she insisted that she was fine and kids kept passing out. I think what the problem was is she didn't get enough sleep because her legs kept her up all night. Or she kept them up all night. Anyway, here's an updated lineup for this Thursday's live episode of Impact Wrestling. So far, we've got Dixie Carter's going to be kicking off the show in response to a phone call from last week, between her and AJ Styles. Bobby Roode, Kazarian, Daniels going to be taking on Sting, Angle, and AJ Styles. Slammiversary contract signing between Joseph Parks and Bully Ray. 4-way knockout match to determine Gail Kim's Slammiversary opponent. Prior to Monday's WWE taping, Richie Steamboat defeated JTG in a dark match. Steamboat looked pretty good, but the crowd wasn't into the match. Following the matches were taped for this week's episode of Superstars on their website. Mahal taking on Riley, Swagger taking on Ryder. And after Monday's Raw Super Show went off the air, John Cena called out Big Show, and Laurinaitis came out and announced the handicap match featuring Cena versus himself and David Otunga and Big Show. Big Show never got tagged in during the match, but Cena pinned Otunga and nailed the AA on Laurinaitis to end the show, sent everyone home happy. And local talent Ryback squashed on Monday's show were 2 local talents, Kirby Mack and Stony Hooker. Isn't that a TV show? It's TJ. Anyway, Mack, he worked, some of them worked, I think, in Ring of Honor every once in a while on TNA. Both Mack and Hooker, they're regulars on the North Carolina-based promotion HBW, which Matt Hardy and Reby Sky have wrestled for. And according to sources in WWE, the creative team currently is discussing on-air roles for Ric Flair, and most popular option has been using Flair as a manager for Dolph Ziggler. Mason Ryan, he's been getting used as Ziggler. I don't know why Ziggler needs a bodyguard. At recent live events, Ryan's been escorting him out, and then I don't know why, but anyway, they thought Flair, would be a good one. But in case the negotiations fall through, they'll go back to Ryan. And WWE plans to negotiate a Legends contract and possibly a talent contract for the 16-time World's Champion. It's worth noting, though, that people in WWE, they're concerned about Flair's advanced age as well as tendencies to break from script and going into business for himself, if you know what I mean. But anyway, he was on a Legends contract for a while, but then he wanted to get do some personal appearances and stuff, and they excused him from it. And while it appears likely that Flair will be back in WWE in the coming months, nothing's been signed yet, and TNA's lawsuit against WWE could pose issues for Flair to jump ship. Alright, WWE stars Darren Young and Titus O'Neil, they're in training at University of South Carolina Football Complex today. USC coach Steve Spearer previously coached Titus at the University of Florida. Rhoda Clay, Naomi, and Cameron is going to be appearing at FCW event in Melbourne, Australia on June 29th at the Melbourne Auditorium. WWE Tag Champions Kofi Kingston, R-Truth, is going to be at the FCW down in July 13th. Put to Gordon, Florida. All right. They haven't brought Karma back because the creative doesn't know what to do with her. I know exactly what to do with her. If she wants to go through the women's division, okay, give her some matches in there. Let her go through, start at the bottom, go up. Okay. Where she ends up at, she could be champion, maybe lose it, I don't know, disqualification or something. But the way I would like to see her end up at is, let's say, go after Vicky Guerrero. Vicky's making fun of her, which she did the other, Losa, or whatever her name was, the big giant woman. Let Vicky, kind of badmouth her, and she goes there and squashes Vicky. But who comes to her rescue? Jack Swagger, which has never won a match, I don't think, this year. He might have. But anyway, let Jack Swagger come to Vicky's rescue, and then we have Karma faces Jack Swagger. That might be worth seeing. Tonight's WWE SmackDown taping is going to be taking place at the Colonial Life Center, Columbia, South Carolina. Triple H is being advertised to make a special guest appearance. Advertised locally is going to be Sheamus versus Kane Del Rio, the three-way match, in a steel cage, and WWE Hall of Famer Arn Anderson, special enforcer on it. WWE may be doing away with the Abraham Washington All-World Talent Agency storyline soon. They pushed it and then they quit it. Creative. Not. WWE officials have been discussing major changes that's going to be implemented soon for the talent who failed wellness test. And in the future, the company may start announcing what causes the talent to be positive. The hopes is that if they start announcing the substances that wrestlers test positive for, it may discourage other talent from taking banned substances. Money should do that. WWE's got big plans in store for Ryback, who has been continuously steamrolled enhancement talent since starting on SmackDown in April. You give him a wrestler. It'd be all right with him. Hey, LuchaLibre.net reports Vince McMahon has notified creative to do a script Ryback as dominant as possible in the future outings, making him, that dominant. The WWE chairman is very high on the SmackDown superstar, feels he can be his company's version of Bill Goldberg. Have you ever listened to a chant while he's in the ring, Vince? Former WWE star Rob Conway, he's scheduled to compete in the NPC bodybuilding contest on Saturday. Former WWE Intercontinental Champion Ahmed Johnson, who is now retired, resurfaced Saturday at a wrestling convention in Monroe, New Jersey. Now 41 years old, the former WWE star appears really be unrecognizable to some attendees, who has put on a great deal of weight during his time away from Spotlight. He has moved from the industry and has returned to college following his retirement and earned a degree in criminology from Houston Tolleson University in Austin, Texas. Former WWE talent. So if you don't see somebody you recognize that's a black guy, it might be Ahmed. Ahmed, WWE kind of got away from him. He was hurting people. Former WWE talent Funaki, Gene Snitsky, Lance Hoyt, also known as Vance Archer, appeared for Brandon Outlaw Wrestling this Saturday in San Antonio, Texas, the Woodland Gym. Bell time is 7:30. I guess that they're going to be there. It says this Saturday. June 1st episode of WWE SmackDown Sci-Fi did a 1.73 cable rating with about a little bit over 2.5 million viewers. It's the second lowest rating first run Friday show of the year, edging the May 11th show by a 0.01. The prior week show did a 1.87 cable rating with about 2.6 million viewers. Why that's happening? And they want to go to 3 hours? Take care of the 2 hour stuff first. Rikishi, by the way, featured WWE superstar on their website, in case you get over that way. And by the way, Marcus Bagwell, he made a public appearance weeks after being involved in a serious car wreck traveling near his hometown, Marietta, Georgia. The former WCW star has been announced to appear at an autograph signing taking place this Saturday, June 21st at Frank & Sons Collectibles, San Jose Avenue in City of Industry, California. Bagwell's publicist stated to Hollywood.com 3 weeks ago that he is quickly healing from his life-threatening ordeal and looking to the return to the squared circle. And guess what? WWE Hall of Famer Tammy Lynn, since 39 years old, says she's trying to start a family. I ain't got anything to do except this report. She's coyly remarked Monday that she was taking a test, which she later disclosed as a home pregnancy test. She was doing it this way, but that's not right. She said, "I'm taking a test tonight." What test, you ask? She says, "For me to know, for you to find out." However, wrote later, negative, negative, negative. So anyway, Tammy says she revealed her goal on Facebook by writing, "Okay, peeps, minions, and dirt sheet writers, yes, met the man of my dreams, trying to start a family, happy for some dirt, LOL." She says, trying to get preggers, hasn't happened yet, just sad, she noted. And she said, "I was hoping for a positive, got to keep trying, that'll be fun." And she's now dating an independent wrestler named Damian Darling. Wonder if that could be the problem. Anyway, WWE returns to Civic Center, Peoria, Illinois, August 25th. Tickets go on sale June 29th, 10 a.m. Raw expands to 3-hour shows starting with the 1000th episode on July 23rd on USA. Of the WWE employees broached on the subject by PWI Insider, no one had a positive feeling on the additional 1-hour Raw. Rather, those talked are genuinely concerned about the harm making it a 3-hour show on the weekly basis could do, what it could do to the WWE product. Oh, by the way, synopsis for next week's Raw reads, John Laurinaitis runs television's longest running weekly episodic show. Please. And in its 4 weeks of WWE.com celebrating the 1000th episode, this week looks back at shows from March 1st, 1999 to January 22nd, 2001 in its photo gallery. Might be worth a look. Hey, I tell you what, I watched yesterday's Raw. The 2 hours, just, they're short on roster, okay, but anyway, I got a good feeling that's why Vince is coming back next week, to boost the ratings. And if it does, that's going to be a sorry state of affairs, because I thought he already checked out John Laurinaitis one time on his how he was doing. But hey, if it brings up ratings, bring Stephanie back, bring Shane back for a guest host. Bring me back. Hey, thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.